The best comedian in Tokyo, everybody. Put your hands together for Fergal.
Thank you, JJ. Big hand for JJ doing an awesome job tonight, hosting. Yay! All right. My name is Fergal. It's an Irish name. Some people find it a bit difficult. It's a bit unusual. Sometimes I get called Frugal. That's okay. It means careful with money. It's good. I am careful with money. My friends would never call me that. They call me stingy bastard. Another Irish man, Ardal O'Hanlon. This is amazing. So this is the first comedian that I ever paid money to go and see in a big show. Actually, it was like more than 20 years ago, Ardal O'Hanlon. And I'm actually not going to get to see his show next week, which is sad because I've been carrying around for the last 20-something years the fact that his name, Ardal O'Hanlon, is an anagram of anal O'Hardon. So anyone who's coming to the show, if you could please tell him that. I don't think he knows it, and I'm not going to get a chance to fucking tell it to him. It's very sad. Someone must do it, I'm sure. All right, so it's 2020. Yeah, this is the first show, 2020. Woo, cool. Oh, yeah, rolling the eyes, 2020. What, second show? What do you mean?
Last week.
I thought this was the first show. Wasn't there something about like... Oh, God, oh no. Oh.
Good start, buddy.
My material's completely fucked. Okay, 2020 though, you know, the 50th anniversary of 1970. Never forget. Or if you do forget, just subtract. It's fine. 51st anniversary of the moon landing. This year will be the 51st anniversary. You know, JFK, the president of the United States, who like kicked off the whole Apollo program. Great man for speeches. I'll never forget what he said to his mistress. We choose to do these things, not because you are easy, but because I am hard. He said something similar about the moon. The Olympics are coming. A lot of people excited about the Olympics in Japan. A lot of preparation going on. You know, the kids in the schools near the Olympic Village are doing all these finger strengthening exercises. They're worried about like cancho-related injuries. You know, those athletes have very strong butt cheeks. The Uyoku, the ultra-nationalist far right in Japan, you know, they're embracing diversity. You know, they're writing chants and banners telling everyone to get out of Japan, not just the Chinese and Koreans. You know, there's a lot of enormous foreigners going to be here for the Olympics, really. You know, and so they're going to have to update all the elevators to say they fit about half as many people. Yeah. I'm always stunned when I see how many people are supposed to fit in this elevator when I'm in Japan. They're removing the porn from combinis. Did you see that news story? Yeah, they're going to remove the porn from combinis in advance of the Olympics. I don't really know why this is a news story. I've been removing porn from combinis for years. Don't make a fuss about it, you know. Just be the change you want to see in the world, you know. Try to set an example, hope something rubs off. Something usually does. And the Olympic Village, you know, famous for its voracious sexual appetite as well. Although this year they're going to let the athletes homestay in Japan before the games to let them get acclimatized to the intense Japanese heat, and hopefully to become completely sexless, just like their host families. Yeah, I have two pieces of advice for you tonight. First one is never trust a man with a beard. There's something he's hiding, you know, some kind of a dark past or a secret shame, or just as much of his face as he can. Check how many chins he has. It's not one. So it's like more or less, but not one. For the second piece of advice, I need to tell you about my friend. She said she's going to get fit. She said, I'm going to start exercising tomorrow, but today I'm coming to work and I'm going to wear yoga clothes in work so that it feels like I'm doing yoga all day. Right? I'm going to kind of start gently. And I thought that is something only a woman can say. Right? I do a bit of yoga, but as a man, there is no fucking way I could come to work in yoga pants, right? I don't know if it is even legal, but, you know, just men do not come to work in yoga pants, don't go shopping in yoga pants, and for fuck's sake, don't do yoga in yoga pants. Nobody wants to see that, okay? So my second piece of advice is never trust a man wearing yoga pants. there's something he's not hiding. So, any Australians here tonight? One. That's
I'm really
it.
sorry about Bali, by the way.
Oh. Maybe you can help me though. You guys love to abbreviate names, right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Chop the end off, stick an A at the end, right? McDonald's becomes Macca's. Sharon is Shazza. Yeah. Nigel is not a popular name in Australia. So let me see. What was I going to say? So yeah, there was I was at a show on Monday night, and there was an Australian guy performing, and he's a vegetarian. He's been a vegetarian for 25 years, and he made an impassioned speech. It was quite funny as well about how we should become vegetarian. And he said vegetarianism has got very popular in Australia. Would you say, is that right? Sadly, and well, I mean, kind of. I was just thinking. I mean, this, it's kind of a shame because they've just cooked a shit ton of meat there, right? So, oh, okay. Mental note. Mental note. If it's still happening, it's too soon. Right?
I was in, I laughed.
Yeah, exactly. You were the one I was worried about. Actually, I was like, oh, will I do that or not? Okay.
A billion animals.
Yeah, was it? It's like a billion now. It's 500 million. I thought, well, okay, it could be a billion. Yeah. They're only animals. So, anyone with kids? You have kids? You have one kid? One kid. And 16 years old?
That's correct.
Yeah. Okay, so how did you find having children? Was it easy, hard, what? Or one child, I guess.
My wife did all the work.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. How did she find it then? So I would say it's like a terror attack on your life, to be honest. I mean, I have two kids. I have a boy who is 9 and a girl who is 11. I think of them as my own personal 9/11. Might seem a bit harsh to compare my children to Al Qaeda. I mean, those fuckers were immoral fanatics who ate our freedoms, but Al Qaeda were pretty bad too. So I didn't cry when my kids were born. Some men cry when their kids are born. I really admire that. I think it's an amazing level of foresight, to be honest. My wife cried at our wedding. I thought it was silly at the time, but I understand now. You're a couple? Did one of you cry at the wedding? Did both of you cry at either of you? Both? Oh, okay. Fair enough. I'm impressed. Yeah. You might be familiar with this. Maybe I should give you a trigger warning for this for people with kids. So if you have kids, sometimes your kid will do something awful or just be something awful, and your wife, your partner, the fool who let you put a baby inside them, will say, they get that from your side of the family. Right? Have you heard this? You've heard this, yes. Have you said it? Yeah, you've said it? Okay, yeah. I've heard this plenty. And one day I had a revelation. They say you can choose your friends, but you can't choose your family, right? I didn't choose my family. I didn't choose my DNA, right? I didn't choose all this, right? Who the fuck would choose all this, right? Well, the answer is, my wife did, right? Yeah, right? She's the only one who had a choice in these matters, right? She chose my side of the family, right? It was her choice, her husband, and the father of her children was her choice. And I think it's about time she started to take some responsibility for her choices, to be honest, right? The negative points of our kids that she says come from my side of the family, right? Like the untidiness, the bad fashion sense, the skid marks, right? These are things I can do nothing. Things I have no control over, okay? If my kids get them from me, I got them from my family, right? I'm the victim here in some sense, right? And the positive qualities of our kids that she says that come from her. She says our kids are cute, right? Now, it's not easy to stand up here and say this, but my chances of having cute kids weren't great, right? I think I should get some credit for beating the odds there, right? And she's good looking, she's fashionable, whatever. She was always going to have cute kids, right? She could have done it with her eyes closed, in fact, she insisted on it. So the next time she said this, I said all that, right? I said all that. I mean, like, I didn't say it out loud, right? I'm not a fucking idiot. But, and obviously, I don't think it's a good idea to remind my wife that she ever had a choice, or still has a choice about who she's married to. So, no good is going to come from that. So, all right, okay, fine. I'll do something nicer than that again. Okay, fine. So it's getting cold and windy. It's already got cold and windy, you know. My lips were all dry, you know, so I ran into a combini, grabbed a chapstick, rubbed it all over my lips. The look on that chap's face. Thank you. I love that joke. It doesn't always work. Anyway. But I went snowboarding. I am bruised and battered, mostly from sleeping in what the Japanese would refer to as a bed, but I would refer to as the floor. You know, with a pillow stuffed with nuts and bolts or whatever the fuck. Seriously, what is going on with the pillows in Japanese ryokans? I don't know what's going on. So, but yeah. I'm not a good snowboarder. I fell really fucking hard. I don't know. Any snowboarders here? Woo! That's it? 1, 2?
I'm a failed snowboarder.
Failed snowboarder. Did you fall on your arse?
My knees, my arms, my hands.
What I noticed was, yeah, that if you fall really hard on your ass, it's not like you just it's bizarre. If you smack your arse off the ground really hard, you get a pain like a good 4 or 5 inches up your butt. Did you ever have this? Did you have this?
Yes.
It's amazing. I had no idea. A good 4 or 5 inches up there, even further on the black slopes. It's true what they say. I did not go back. But it was amazing, right? There's a cluster of nerves up there that I just didn't know about. I'm really curious now. Anyway, yeah. So if anyone wants to get up there, on the snowboarding, snow on the mountain, give me a shout afterwards. So I had to write. We do a show here sometime. I'm not here in a different pub. It's a topical show, and we have to write for a specific topic. And the topic I was given was spiders, and I had to write 3 minutes of comedy on spiders. And yeah, tough, huh? So I went back to the old high school kind of like essay style. I just like, okay, dictionary definition of spider, Google define spider. Okay, 8-legged, predatory, arachnid, blah, 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 blah. Okay, nothing very funny there. The second entry, you can look it up, like, not now, not in the middle of the show, but look at it later. Spider. An object resembling a spider is the thing. I was like, lazy fucking. The laziest definition I've ever seen in a dictionary. I was just like, how did that even happen? Like, I can see someone ran into the office like, a while back going like, I have a way to add 20,000 new entries to our dictionary. Yay, we're going to be Yahoo again. I was like, yeah, okay. So 2020, 15th anniversary of anyone giving a shit about Yahoo and Google. So then after the dictionary, I was like, okay, what else? Wikipedia, of course, right? Got to read about spiders on Wikipedia, right? I love Wikipedia. I'm a Wikipedophile. It's a bit of a, you know, it's a pedia, right? It's the Greek word. It means like learning, upbringing, or children, right? Okay, so it means like a pedophile is actually somebody who loves learning. Okay, now it sounds horrible. Of course, it sounds horrible. It's a homophone. Okay, there are 2 words that have the same sound, 2 different meanings, right? And frankly, I'm kind of, you know, disgusted that in 2020. I'm having to deal with homophonophobia from you guys. You know, but I'll be honest. I actually liked the shocking people with that statement. Get a bit of a thrill from it. I love it. I'm suffering from homophonophilia. So. All right, maybe one suffix too far there. So the spiders thing, yeah. So spiders, they're very intelligent. but never ask a spider for advice, because they're always like, well, on the one hand, that was the only spider joke that I thought was worth keeping from the whole spider set. Anyway, so all right, a lot of people live here. You living here a long time?
Yep.
Yeah. Have you bought condoms in Japan? No? What like? So there's some Americans here. What's the famous brand of American? Trojans. Yeah. Now, that always struck me as very odd. Right? Maybe you've already got the joke. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll just walk up the stage, right? Because when I heard that, I thought of the Trojan War, right? Okay, the Greeks, they're camped outside the Troy for 10 years, right? 10 years stuck in the friend zone or whatever it was, getting nowhere, right? When finally they tricked them into opening the gates, right, and wheeling the horse in, and then all the soldiers burst out, right? This is the worst fucking marketing for your condom ever. I don't know how they do that. Yeah, anyway, so Japan, have you bought condoms in Japan?
Yeah.
Boo. What brand did you buy? Okamoto. Big Boy. Yeah? Big Boy is the brand from Okamoto. One of the things, the Big Boy, right? Which has a picture of... No, Big Boy. Fuck, I forgot to check this.
It's an elephant.
No, because there's...
Mega boy.
There's... Showing off, yeah. Because Super Big Boy has a horse, and Mega Big Boy has an elephant. Yes. So, and they sell a smaller size as well.
Smart.
Smart Boy. You're confusing. Smart Boy.
Get the size.
Yeah. Smart Boy. I guess they want to associate small with smart somehow. With it, I don't know why they call it that. I couldn't figure it out. I'm just too stupid to figure that one out. All right, you've been a great audience. I've been Fergal. Thank you very much.
Fergal Daily, everybody. These guys are like, we know